You're born in East Los Angeles, 1994. Your father left before you learned to walk. Your mother works double shifts at a laundromat, making $9 an hour. You grow up in a two-bedroom apartment sharing a mattress with your younger brother until 14. The walls are thin. The carpet smells like cigarettes and regret. You learn early that poverty isn't just lacking money, it's lacking options, lacking respect, lacking a future anyone believes in. Teachers stop calling on you. Counselors stop mentioning college. You're Mexican in a system that sees brown skin and assumes dropout. You prove them right by sophomore year. Not because you're stupid, because fighting the current is exhausting and nobody's cheering for you. That's when you meet Rico. He's 22, drives a modified Honda Civic with a body kit costing more than your mother makes in 6 months. He sees you staring outside a convenience store. Though asks if you know anything about engines, you lie and say yes. He pops the hood, shows you a turbocharged inline-4 pushing 300 horsepower. You're hypnotized. The precision, the power, the control. Rico offers you a job. Not drug running, something better. You help him prep cars for races. You're 16 with no skills, but you learn fast. How to strip weight from a chassis. How to tune fuel injection. Rico races every Friday night on industrial roads the cops ignore because someone's paying them. Drivers line up. Someone counts down. First across the half-mile marker win. Everyone antes 500 minimum. 10 cars means 5,000 for first place. Rico wins 7 out of 10 races. You do math. He's making 35,000 monthly just from racing, more than your mother makes yearly. He asks if you want to learn to drive. You say yes before he finishes the question. Yeah, your first race is terrifying. You're 17, driving Rico's backup Nissan with a roll cage. The countdown starts. 3, 2, 1. You drop the clutch. The car launches. You shift at red line. The speedometer hits 110. Your tunnel vision. The world is just asphalt and engine noise. You cross fourth. Don't win. Don't embarrass yourself. Rico says you have instinct. Most kids panic. You stayed smooth. You race every week for 6 months. You get better, faster. Yeah, you start winning. First once monthly, then weekly. Your cut is 60%. You're making 2,000 weekly, more than your mother makes monthly. You give her 500, claim construction work. She doesn't ask questions. The money changes everything. For the first time, you're not worried about rent or food. That feeling is addictive. You buy your first car at 18, a Mazda RX-7 from Impound. Beat to hell. You spend 3 months rebuilding it. New rotary engine, turbo kit, custom exhaust. You paint it midnight blue. Name it Phantasma, Ghost. The first thing you've truly owned. The racing scene grows. 10 cars becomes 50. Someone creates a betting app. Underground. Encrypted. Pots hit 50,000. You're winning 60%, making 15,000 monthly. You're 20 with 80,000 cash hidden in your bedroom. Your mother thinks you're managing a garage. The lies get easier. You realize the real money isn't driving. It's controlling events. Organizers take 10% of every pot. You approach Rico. You're splitting off. Starting your own operation. You run races Wednesday nights in Long Beach. You pay a security guard $200 weekly. Pay a local gang $300 for protection. Your first race draws 22 cars. Entry fee $1,000 each. Winner takes $18,000. You take $4,000. One night equals 4 months of your mother's salary. Word spreads. Drivers come from San Diego, Vegas, Arizona. You enforce rules with violence. A driver uses banned nitrous. Your guys beat him unconscious. The message spreads. Follow rules or get hurt. You're running 2 events weekly, making 30,000 monthly. You're 22 with $250,000 in cash. You start an auto body shop. On paper, it does 25,000 monthly. Reality is 5,000. The extra 20 is laundered racing money. You pay taxes on it, making illegal money legal. You expand into betting. Partner with a Russian named Alexei running offshore gambling. People bet online. House takes 12%. A race with 200,000 in bets means 24,000 split 50-50. You're making 12,000 per race just from betting, plus organizer fees, plus race winnings. You're pulling 60,000 monthly. You buy a house, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. Your mother moves in, your sisters, your grandmother. They believe the body shop story because they want to. You develop a system avoiding police. Never use same location twice monthly. Spotters posted a mile out, 3 escape routes from every venue. You pay a police sergeant 8,000 monthly for tips. It works until it doesn't. The task force goes federal. FBI, 12 cars get impounded, 28,000 gone. First loss in 3 years. You start donating to city council campaigns. 10,000 here, 15 there. Buying access. You're 25 running the largest illegal racing operation in Southern California. 40 drivers, 8 events monthly. Betting revenue 600,000. Your cut 30%. 180,000. You're a millionaire on paper that doesn't exist. 17 bank accounts. 3 businesses, properties in 2 states. You're successful and empty. A rival crew from Orange County starts competing. Their organizer is Tucker, ex-military, connected to biker gangs. You meet to negotiate. He laughs. Calls you a taco vendor playing gangster. 2 weeks later, 3 of your drivers get jumped, hospitalized, 1 loses an eye. You hire professional muscle. They catch Tucker at 6 a.m., beat him with bats, break bones. His crew retaliates, shoots up your body shop, 37 bullet holes. You escalate, find where they store racing cars, pay someone to burn it down. 4 cars destroyed, $250,000 in losses. Tucker moves to Arizona. You win. Well, but you just committed arson, ordered violence. You're not a racer anymore. You're a criminal running a criminal enterprise. Your girlfriend Anna leaves during year 6. She wanted married, kids, future. You couldn't give them. She asked you to choose, her or racing. You chose racing, not because you loved it more, because you didn't know how to stop. She leaves and you feel nothing. That's when you know you're broken. You're 28, worth $4 million. Alone. You have employees, but not friends. Leverage, not relationships. Power, not peace. The federal investigation starts in year 7. FBI builds a RICO case for 18 months. Wiretaps, undercover agents, financial records, informants. One of your drivers flipped, wearing a wire. The arrests happen at dawn. 23 people, drivers, organizer, the Russian, your accountant, your lawyer, you. FBI comes with tactical gear. They seize everything, your house, cars, businesses, accounts. Your mother watches them handcuff you. She's crying. Your grandmother doesn't understand. Your sisters won't look at you. The shame is crushing. The trial lasts 7 months. Evidence is overwhelming. Wiretaps discussing bribes, financial records showing laundering, testimony from drivers you trusted. Your accountant flipped for immunity. Your defense, you provided entertainment. Racing isn't inherently illegal. The prosecutor destroys it. You organized criminal activity, bribed officials, laundered money, ordered violence including arson. You're not a racer. You're a racketeer. Jury takes 4 hours. Guilty on 11 counts. Judge gives you 15 years federal. You're 30. You'll be 45 when released. Your entire 30's gone. Your mother doesn't come to sentencing. Your sisters send a letter asking you not to contact them. They don't want their kids knowing their uncle is a felon. You're erased from the family you tried to save. Yo, prison is monotony punctuated by violence. You keep your head down, work in the prison garage fixing buses. The irony isn't lost. You went from building racing empires to changing oil in prison vehicles for 12 cents hourly. You hear about the racing scene through letters. Your operation collapsed. Other organizers filled the void. The cycle continues. The machine doesn't need you. You were just the current operator. There's always another waiting. You think about Anna sometimes. She's married, has a kid, lives normally. The life you could have had if you'd walked away. You get out at 45, the world moved on. Electric cars everywhere. Racing isn't what it was. You're a relic. You can't own a business because you're a felon. Can't vote. Can't travel freely. You're second class. You work at Quick Lube changing oil for $18 hourly. The same job you'd have gotten at 16 if you'd stayed straight, except now you're middle-aged, broke, and alone. Oh, your mother died while you were inside. Cancer. You weren't allowed to attend the funeral. Your sisters don't respond to letters. Your grandmother doesn't remember you exist. You see a kid outside a liquor store one evening, maybe 19, staring at a modified car like it's a spaceship. The driver asks if he knows engines. The kid lies and says yes. You watch the cycle start again. You should warn him. Walk over. Tell him where it leads. Show him your prison tattoos and empty bank account. Explain that fast money always has a price and the bill always comes due, but you don't, because he won't listen. They never do. The promise of fast money and respect and power is too intoxicating. He'll learn the same way you did, by losing everything. You turn away and walk to your bus stop. Your studio apartment waits. 1 room, no pictures on the walls, no one to come home to, just silence and regret. You traded your entire life for a decade of feeling important. All for fancy cars you can't drive anymore, for a house they seized, for family members who won't speak your name. The worst part isn't the lost years, it's knowing you do it all again, because for those few years you weren't poor, you weren't invisible, you mattered, even if it was built on lies and violence, even if it cost everything. That feeling was worth more than freedom. That's the real trap. Not the money, not the power, the feeling of mattering. And once you've tasted it, poverty tastes like death. The bus arrives 20 minutes late, you climb on. The driver doesn't look at you. Nobody does. You're invisible again, just like you were at 16. Except now you know what being visible feels like, and that knowledge is torture. You sit in the back. A woman gets on with 2 kids. They're loud. proud, happy. The mother looks exhausted, but she's smiling at something the younger one says. You realize you never had that, never will. Yeah, the racing took everything, including the possibility of normal happiness. You think about Phantasma sometimes, the RX. 7 you built with your own hands. Midnight Blue, perfect. The FBI crushed it. Literal crusher. Turned your dreams into a cube of scrap metal. They sent you a photo during trial. Prosecutor called it evidence of criminal enterprise. You called it the only thing you ever loved. Sometimes you wake up at 3 a.m. and you're 17 again. The countdown is starting. 3, 2, 1. Drop the clutch. The car launches. The world is just asphalt and engine noise and pure freedom. Then you actually wake up. You're in a studio apartment that smells like mildew. Your back hurts from the cheap mattress. Your alarm goes off in 2 hours. Another day at Quick Lube. Another day invisible. Another day being nobody. You don't fall back asleep. You just lay there counting the cracks in the ceiling. 47 cracks. You've counted them 1,000 times. The alternative is thinking about your mother's funeral you missed, or your sisters who pretend you don't exist, or Anna's kid who'll never know you, or the 15 years you lost. So you count cracks instead. It's safer. This story is fiction, but illegal racing empires are real. The betting is real. The violence is real. The federal prosecutions are real. And somewhere right now, a kid with nothing is getting offered a chance to drive fast and make money. He thinks he's the exception. He thinks he's smarter. He thinks he won't get caught. They all think that. If this made you think, drop a comment with your biggest takeaway. Subscribe for more deep dives like this. See you in the next one.